welcome back to the channel. My name's Roberto. For those that are new, for those that subscribe, like, share, all that type of stuff, I'd like to welcome you back especially. Now, today we're going to talk about one major necessity that every Streetfighter V4 owner needs, unless they're going to buy the bike and they're going to put it on display and never ride it. So if you plan on riding your Streetfighter, you need one of these necessity parts. The second part that you need is if you're vertically challenged like myself, you need the second part. So without any further ado, we will get into the very first part. Now, the first part comes from a place in Germany called Desmo World. And a lot of you guys and girls are probably going, I know what he's talking about. And you may be right, but the first thing you really need if you're going to ride your V4 is a Sump Guard. So it's basically a little CNC machined aluminium block with little sort of indents, which looks pretty cool. Comes in, I think, black, gold and red. And what it does, it protects the sump from getting hit with debris, rocks, which can lead, and I have seen it lead, into failure, as in cracking and oil going everywhere. And, you know, there's also a chance of death if it's, pours out onto your rear tire. It's going to be a bit of a slippery ride. So I got onto this probably about 4 months ago when I was looking at a couple of pictures on the internet, just scrolling through, and there was lots of like little chips on the bottom of the sump, and it all gets flicked up from the front wheel. So I thought to myself, I don't like chips, I don't like marks on my bike, so I thought I'll just get one, see what it is, and yeah, go from there. As it arrived, I had one of my very dear and close customers who's also special needs. He's he's an elderly gentleman, very, very nice man. He actually had an issue where it cracked his sump, and it took, I think it was about 3 months to get a new sump from Ducati because it just kept leaking. Every time he parked it up, there'd be a pool of oil underneath. So he was like, have you heard about this? And I'm like, yeah, I got it because of the chips, not because of the whole sort of cracking. But it's one of those mods. So if you plan on riding a Streetfighter, you need to install one of these, unless you plan on wheeling everywhere so the front tire doesn't flick up. It's almost like a design fault. I'm pretty positive that one day Ducati will put some type of plastic shroud or something on there. On the Panigale, you don't need to worry because it's got the fairing which protects it. Also, people that have put it up ramps and things like that has actually damaged and sort of chipped and knocked and cracked it, sort of leading to oil. So anyway, so a place, Germany, Desmo World, you grab it any color you like. I want to go black, and I stock a lot of black for my clients because it's just subtle. I don't want it to show off. I just want it to sort of be hidden without anything and sort of almost OEM. Now it comes in a beautiful little shiny tin case, which is nice. It comes with extra, if I can find it, here we go, extra long screws. And it's really, really simple to install. It comes with instructions in German. So Die Originschrauben, I'm not going to say that, I don't want to offend the German people. All right, so basically all you do is you remove the original screws, you take the screws out, you then put this in situ. You don't need to worry, the oil sort of filter plate is not going to just drop off and pour out. I've actually seen pictures of dealers using chisels to take it off on the first service and damaging stuff, so which is not cool. So you don't need to stress about that, and then you just need to torque it to spec. All the instructions come with the kit. So let's do a quick little install for you so you can see how this all goes. All right. All right, so we've got a clear view of the Streetfighter oil pan. There's 3 8mm bolts which are holding, so I've removed them all now. And as you can see, it's not falling off. It's pretty hard to sort of come off. Imagine if it just fell off and poured oil everywhere. I'd look like such an idiot, but it doesn't. It's pretty hard to get off. So this is the part in particular we're talking about. All under here gets peppered with chips and marks and stuff like that from gravel, and then you've always got the slim chance of it, getting a bigger stone and actually cracking the sump. So that's where the sump guard comes into it, and all that happens is it screws with longer screws onto there. So I wonder if you guys can see that, if I can get it looking good. So that actually protects the actual part of the sump which is prone to getting damaged. Now, like I've mentioned, I've just gone the stock black because I don't really want to show it off. And then you also get longer screws, which you need to put a bit of thread sealant on, I think the instructions say, and then torque it to specs. So I'm just going to sort of hand screw this in here just to give you a bit of an idea of how it looks and how it's going to protect the bottom of your sump if you choose to ride your Ducati Streetfighter on the street. I won't worry about that one. So that's kind of how it's going to work. So I'll bolt it all up properly and then do final shots for everyone to see. So just torquing up the last bolt to 10 Newton meters. There's a beautiful click. Pull it out. And there we have the Desmo World Sump Guard fully installed, and you can see it's going to protect a lot of the sump from getting those nasty chips and damages. So it's something that is a necessity if you're going to ride your Streetfighter V4S. So I hope you enjoyed the install. Let's move on to the next little part that you kind of need if you're a short ass like me. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the side stand, or more sort of specifically the side stand pin that you use to put the side stand down when you want to park up your motorcycle. Now this sort of affliction is also passed on to the Panigale V4 and the Streetfighter V4S, and it's a very, very, very small little nodule, as you can see here, and we'll pull the whole side stand down, and you can see it sticks out, and you're thinking, yeah, that's fine, what are you talking about? Like, you can kick that down easy. Well, the first time I had an extended session with the Streetfighter V4, I nearly actually dropped it because I was in neutral and I was parking up at the midpoint of the ride and went to put down my side stand, and it took about 4 or 5 goes to get it down, and I actually ended up hitting the gear lever, putting it into gear, and the bike jerked forward. So I'll show you what I mean by, we'll put that up and then we'll see if we can go down to have a look. And it's very, 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 very hard when you've got a boot on. So I don't know if this angle is going to sort of help, but it's really hard to actually get it to get your foot. Obviously I don't wear sports shoes, I wear proper, riding shoes, but it's very, very hard, and you'll see a lot of guys keep, moving it to hit it, and they just can't get the stupid stand down because of the pin. So that's the main issue, and it's not just for short people, it's a lot of people have the same complaint. So what we do is, let me just turn around and you can see my beautiful face. All right, see, I'm not so short now, am I? Yeah, looking down at you. See, I'm not short. But what we do is we use the CNC pin. So it's a really simple mod. It's a 10 mil spanner. You undo the pin, and then you screw the new CNC bit into it. Now it's about 3 mils longer, which is not much. You're not thinking, well, how's 3 mils going to help us? But it's a fatter diameter, which is a lot easier to grip with the race boot or sort of riding shoes. So that's what we're going to fit to the Streetfighter to help in that problem. And a lot of people I talk to, and I mention it, they're like, oh yeah, it's such a pain to put the side stand down. So this fixes the problem 100%. Now, I did promise last episode that we're going to give a giveaway. So I'm going to send one of these to one lucky subscriber / viewer anywhere in the universe, except it's not going to be this one because it's going to be a custom one. I've got quite a few of these coming from CNC, and they've agreed to make me a special batch just in silver. So it actually matches the side stand in silver. So when they come in, I'm hopefully a couple of weeks they should be here. So if you want to win one of these, so one lucky viewer, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and just write in the comments sort of, where you are, as in, say I'm Mike and I'm from Canada, and I'd love to win your thing. Just say something, random like that, and then at what we'll say, we'll give it, say, 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, we'll random, so whatever order you're in, we'll put you into a spreadsheet, and one lucky person will win one of these, but in silver, custom, so you'll be just like me, because CNC won't do this for anyone. I don't even know why they did it for me, to be honest with you, but I think because I keep sort of harassing them. And we'll post one out to you free of charge. So yeah, so get subscribing, commenting, all that type of stuff, because yeah, it is a necessity to put on. So again, I'm not going to put this one on because, well, I might actually, just so you can see it fitted up. But yeah, I'm going to go silver because I don't want it to stand out. I want it to sort of be almost like it's OEM. So, all right, I'll fit it just to show you, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Wow, peer pressure much? So that's the CNC side stand pin fitted. In black it doesn't actually look too bad, but I think it'll look nicer in silver, so it sort of matches in with the stock OEM finish, and again it looks sort of, you know, like it should have been there from factory. So that's what it looks like finished. Now, when you're fitting it, just a little bit of a side tip, when you're taking the standard pin off, which is this little one, so 10mm screw, or spanner I should say, you want to have it up, because when you're sort of, that's a rude gesture, let me get the spanner so it doesn't look rude. So when you're actually undoing it, it's going to want to make the side stand go up. So if you do it when it's down, you're just going to flick that up and you could hit yourself and hurt yourself. When you're putting it on, side stand can be down to put on. So it's as simple as that. So, all right, that's one little necessary mod, I believe, that needs to be done to your either Panigale or Streetfighter. Well, before we end this week's episode and I get interrupted by the 480th time from my phone, people calling, like how dare customers call me while I'm, you know, filming, you know, YouTube for my, you know, beautiful viewers. Like, I mean, and then it's calling again. I'm not answering that. Anyway, we're going to end the episode now, but before we do, I did get a box in this morning. It was a very small box, very, very light, and it contained a couple of carbon fiber pieces all the way from Canada. This is Moto Composites stuff. I love using Moto Composites gear because it's pretty good quality, especially for the fact that I paint 95% of all the stuff that they send me. And the reason I do it for is because it's cheaper than, say, buying an OEM and painting it. I don't like to paint original panels unless there's sort of, actually I just don't like it. If I can buy an aftermarket, then that's what I like to do. And I also love dropping it off to Simon and, you know, creating something custom. So this is the nose fairing, which I think actually looks really nice. And what we're going to do, I may have mentioned it in a few previous episodes, is we're going to paint like a white placard, like the 916, have the little gold pinstripe, a bit of red on it, and then we're going to leave a little bit of the carbon exposed so people know how cool I am and that I've painted carbon. And it's like, whoa, how is that, like a, you know, is it been dipped or something like that? No, it's real carbon. So that's kind of what we're going to do. So next week we'll go see Simon and we'll get sort of a design mocked up and we'll get that fitted to the Streetfighter. We also got, because I wanted to sort of see how it would look, the front sprocket cover. I did have an anodized red one from CNC, but I'm thinking I just want to sort of black that area out, and I thought, black, might just try the carbon. So we'll see how this looks on. So they're two parts. Now we were hoping to get the exhaust tips done this week. That didn't happen. So next week I've been assured that'll happen. So that'll be pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, everyone stay safe. If you haven't already, please subscribe, you know, like, share, all that type of stuff. Don't forget as well the promo that we're doing with the pin. So if you want to win, if you live in the universe and you don't even have to own a Streetfighter or a V4, but if you just want to win a custom silver pin that's been made especially for us, you can't order it on the website, then please write in the comments sort of your name, you know, just first name and just where you're, you know, where you sort of live. I don't need an exact address and stuff like that, but if you want to give me credit card details, Medicare numbers, passport numbers, that's fine. I'm not going to not take it. But yeah, so yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week with some more updates on the Streetfighter. Thank you.